So let's have an update on COVID versus AIDS. I've been through both epidemics. With the HIV back in the 80s, I first saw it before it was actually formally described, and I saw all the initial developments, certainly from the medical side. Now again, here we are, 40 years later, facing a new epidemic, COVID. So how do they compare? We're doing this update now, mid-2021. How infectious? Well, COVID obviously is very infectious. It's respiratory, so any disease that spreads in the respiratory route is very infectious. AIDS initially was thought to be infectious by respiratory, and skin contact was found to be clearly defined STD and by blood transfusion. There's a lot of initial hysteria about AIDS that settled down eventually, but took many years. So vaccines, just a marked difference, isn't it? 1 year we've got a vaccine, the great science that's been applied. Still, 40 years later, no vaccine for AIDS, although there is a medication called PrEP. Take it every day to stop it, prophylactic. Treatment, well, treatment almost got underway almost immediately. Various medications tried and trialed. Further drugs are being produced. It took many years to get together a cocktail of medications that would help AIDS, many years. How deadly? It's variable for COVID, variable but lowish. For AIDS, it went from 100% as a death sentence in the 80s, unbelievable, to much reduced now, probably almost lead a normal life expectancy now, but it took a long time, probably 20 years before that was achieved. Stigma for COVID, well, there's none really, but for AIDS, all the AIDS sufferers, there's a lot of stigma. Socially shunned, abandoned by employees, relatives, government institutions. So it's just terrible, the initial response. And that gets us to government response. So the government response to COVID was very good in my opinion. It varied in some countries, but overall I think it was very good. AIDS initially is quite poor, and it's quite embarrassing now in hindsight to look back on it. So here you see the difference. An infection, a virus that's spread by respiratory, gets going really quickly, and hopefully we have much more advanced medical services and research to deal with it, versus AIDS, another virus, but mainly by blood transmission, STD, that for social reasons took a long time for much to be done about it. And maybe it's a lot more difficult virus to deal with, but it's been very difficult to develop a vaccine, none, and very difficult to get the right medication for it. Good luck, thanks for your interest.